Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most challenging boss fights players have gone up against in Spider-Man games. We're also including 2023 Spider-Man 2, so watch out for spoilers if you haven't completed it yet.
Liar! You abandoned me! Left me in that place. Let them hurt me. All alone in the dark.
Number 10, Dr. Octopus, Spider-Man 2.
Pass a message along for me. If you ever want to see this girl alive again, tell your photogenic arachnid friend that he will meet me alone.
Adapting one of the best Spider-Man movies resulted in one of the best Spider-Man games. And just like in its source material, Peter had a tough time going up against his former mentor. When you reach the climax, you'll first have to hit 9 different switches to disable the Doc's reactor. That's easier said than done, since he'll be trying to squash Spidey, and the reactor will pulsate, dealing damage if you're in its path. It at least refills your health after, because Otto's arms are a pain to dodge and must be webbed down to open the boss to damage. It comes down to exercising patience with the use of the spider reflex meter, which slows down time and refills when you attack.
Insects like you must be swatted.
Number 9, Rhino, Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Don't get us wrong. Rhino's fight in the first game was certainly frustrating since he had Scorpion for backup, but the Miles-centric follow-up made him even more formidable with a few enhancements. The second time you face Rhino in-game, he'll have new armor that makes him immune to Miles' electric attacks. During the first phase, you'll have to dodge his charges and steer him into a tank to stun him, and then try to knock some armor off. Of course, he'll grow wise to this and start making you work harder. Most of his attacks hurt like hell, and even with temporary ally Finn there, she can't stop all the Roxxon minions from shooting you. It's an overwhelming fight to say the least.
Lay into him!
Number 8, Lizard, Spider-Man 2, Enter Electro.
Relax!
The sequel to the groundbreaking PlayStation original brought many new boss fights, including a stressful encounter with the Lizard. Spidey faces off against the transformed Dr. Connors after creating a serum he thinks can help him. During the battle, players must shoot the serum at their foe, stunning him and letting you deliver a few punches. Unfortunately, the fight is in a confined space and standing still is a death sentence. Lizard has more health than you do and can close the distance between you with a mighty leap. He also doesn't stay stunned for long, and it's more than likely he'll hit you before you can get out of the way. Come on, Doc. We're only trying to help.
How do I stop him, Doc?
Number 7, Hobgoblin, Spider-Man, Return of the Sinister Six. Return of the Sinister Six is far from one of the best Spider-Man games. Even at release, players and critics complained about its imprecise controls. Maybe you'll have gotten used to that by the time you reach Hobgoblin, the penultimate boss. If not, he'll likely cause you to start all the way over thanks to Spidey only having a single life and continue. With his handy glider, this boss can move through solid platforms and is much faster than our hero. His pumpkin bombs can also go through platforms, meaning you'll likely feel safe when in reality, an attack is hurling your way. The Wall Crawler's video game adventures have certainly come a long way. Number 6, Electro, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Fans may have been lukewarm towards this game, even more so than they were towards the movie. But some of the boss fights still provide hefty challenges to overcome, including Electro. When the fight starts, Spidey will need to destroy 4 generators. Making this harder are drones that pepper the player with bullets. Their aim is perfect, and they'll keep spawning after you destroy them until the generators are done. As if that wasn't annoying enough, the actual fight consists of electrical shockwaves and blasts fired off in every direction. It's best to keep your distance for obvious reasons, but that ends up benefiting your foe as well. Number 5, The Tinker, Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
Don't you see what the reactor's doing? Destroying the plaza!
As much as it pained Miles to do so, he had to put an end to his friend Finn, aka the Tinkerer. But what pained us was the boss herself. Being the leader of the Underground, she has access to a lot of hard-hitting tech, which she happily unleashes against you. During the first phase, she'll swiftly swap between a sword and gauntlets to pummel Miles, and a shield to defend herself. She grows more volatile in later portions, literally as she utilizes heavy artillery like a rocket launcher and mines. However, nothing compares to her powerful death wheels, which are just as troublesome as they sound. With so much firepower, it's certainly an explosive finale. Number 4, Carnage, Spider-Man and Venom, Maximum Carnage. Maximum Carnage still holds many fond memories for old Spider-Man fans, but we find it hard to feel any fondness for its final boss. Being a sadistic killer, Carnage is as vicious as you'd expect, or as vicious as he can be given the limitations of the time. Despite them all having pretty similar abilities, Carnage has far more reach than Spider-Man and Venom. His tendrils cover half the screen as they quickly extend to cut through players, and they can often interrupt you in the middle of a combo, or hit from off-screen when you're least expecting it. It's certainly frustrating, made even more so by the fact you fight him twice in a row. Number 3, Vulture, Spider-Man the movie.
I hope this is a warm enough welcome for you.
Although he doesn't appear in the movie in which the game is based on, Vulture still brings a surprisingly tough boss fight. Spider-Man must first confront the aerial baddie in his lair, where he'll toss a multitude of bombs down the stairs. Even with health pickups, it's extremely irritating with explosions at unexpected moments. You then have to chase him through New York City while avoiding his attacks and saving citizens from falling debris. When you finally get to fight him, the clunky swinging controls will be just as much of an obstacle as he is. His strings of feather projectiles, while silly, are detrimental to your health. Death is likely in at least one of the phases, but all of them are irritating. Number 2, Hammerhead, Marvel's Spider-Man.
Okay, that should do it.
After delivering the best Spider-Man experience in years, Insomniac released DLC with the hardest virtual fight Peter has had the displeasure of facing. Hammerhead's first battle is plenty annoying with his unending army of goons, but fighting him in the silver lining DLC is even worse. His cyborg body is heavily fortified, equipped with a powerful laser and shockwave attacks. These can be quite hard to deal with while you attempt to web him up so Silver Saber can shoot him with her own laser. Naturally, he'll call on goons and produce a full body shield as the fight goes on. Not only are there a lot of factors to deal with, but Hammerhead's strength can put Spidey down in mere moments if you aren't careful.
The laser is down. Wait, I have an idea.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Scream, Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Players face a mighty challenge when going up against Scream in Spider-Man 2. And it's not just because it's MJ underneath the symbiote, though that definitely catches you off guard. The late game boss comes in 4 blistering phases. Scream has a good amount of range and she attacks with extreme speed, making it hard to both parry and dodge. As the phases go on, her power and speed rises exponentially. Even if you avoid an attack, another is hurled at you right away, likely catching you and dealing a ton of damage. It's such an intense fight, it outshines the final big bout with Venom. And for a supreme challenge, higher difficulties will undeniably test your skills. Which tough boss fight made you question the Webhead's power? Share your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to check out these other great videos.
Today, you die, Spider-Man!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.